Hello and welcome. This is World Now on TVC News. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has warned of rising nationalism and protectionism in his annual address, asserting that his country will not be bullied amid U.S. funding cuts. The remarks followed U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to freeze global aid for 90 days, including funds supporting South Africa's HIV and AIDS programs, which account for 17% of the country's HIV spending. Mr. Trump threatened to halt all U.S. funding over South Africa's land expropriation law, calling it a massive human rights violation. Mr. Ramaphosa dismissed the claims as misinformation, emphasizing that the law aims at redistributing unused land while maintaining legal safeguards, and his government is exploring ways to sustain the HIV and AIDS services despite the U.S. freeze. He also announced plans by his country to actually boost funding for the program in order to aid its citizens who are living with HIV.
Of nationalism, protectionism, the pursuit of narrow interests, and the decline of common cause. This is the world that we, as South Africa, a developing economy, must now navigate. But we are not daunted to navigate our path through this world that constantly changes. We will not be deterred. We are, as South Africans, a resilient people, and we will not be bullied. We are concerned about the potential impact of the decision by the United States government to suspend some of its funding for HIV and TB programs in African countries for 90 days. Now, this funding that we get accounts for about 17% of our country's HIV spend.
South African President Cyril Ramaphosa there. Now let's bring you some statistics about the HIV and AIDS prevalence in South Africa. South Africa is home to one of the world's highest HIV and AIDS epidemics. At least 8.5 million people are living with HIV, and now their treatment is in doubt due to President Trump's executive order to freeze foreign aid for 90 days, that's 3 months. On the day he was sworn in as U.S. president for a second term, Donald Trump signed an executive order freezing foreign aid for a 90-day period. However, the order is already having an immediate impact on South Africa's most vulnerable. Widespread free access to antiretroviral treatment in Southern Africa was propelled by the introduction of George W. Bush's U.S. President Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, PEPFAR, in the year 2003. PEPFAR is considered one of the most successful foreign aid programs in history, and South Africa is the largest recipient of its funds. As HIV and AIDS organizations scramble to keep up with rapid policy shifts, the future of PEPFAR has become a key concern for activists and policymakers around the world.